There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We are live, as they say, around the world, boys and girls. How the heck are you? We are.
No, it's not on my big screen. It's not live.
Listen, calm down, little girl. It'll get there in a moment. It's live.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of a lag.
Yeah, it's like 5 seconds. Look at you. Once you get it on your big screen, I'm going to run the opening credits. Just let me know when it's there. For the audiences around the world. There it is. So here we go. Let's start the show.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. Come join us every Saturday live. Every Saturday live.
And here we are, boys and girls. How you doing? We're on Instagram and we're on YouTube. And tomorrow the podcast will come out for all the people that want to listen to us instead of look at us, which, by the way, is about 40,000 people that listen to our podcast every week, which I think is pretty funny. So there you go. Are you going to speak, or are you just going to pretend you're Harpo Marx?
I'm going to do the Harpo. I was going to do the Harpo. Okay. Harpo will also, one of my favorite things on YouTube these days, it's been like that for about a year, is Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller.
I like Penn and Teller, yeah.
Yeah, Penn and Teller, and which one, I can't remember, it's Teller can speak normally, but he chooses not to, just creates an air of mystery.
Right. And I actually like it when they have Puff the Magic Dragon on. Or Piff the Magic Dragon when he's on the show.
And the person who creates the air of mystery with us is Usman by simply not being here.
Well, you know, he only has 168 hours every week to prepare for the show. God forbid he would show up. But since Princess isn't here yet, because she's not out here in makeup, let me just show you some gifts I got this week. This apparently is from Drew Estates. It was sent to us by a friend. It is the year of the dog or snake or rat. I'm going to smoke this tomorrow. It was sent to us by, it's very Ruben-ish. Ruben sent that. And this is a box of Liberty cigars, which I haven't even opened yet. I will unveil them on my Instagram channel.
Who are they by? Where are they from? What nation produced this?
These are tobacco made out of the Dominican Republic. But before you criticize these, you're not going to believe who, not only do I think they're a good cigar, guess who else thinks they're a good cigar?
Aaron?
Ruben.
Ruben
sent me these. So I've smoked one of these before. It's made by a lady. I'm going to tell the story. Hopefully no one will be upset. Her husband was going to start a cigar factory, and apparently he passed away. So she decided to keep it up. So she has a cigar. She has the cigar factory. So because she has a cigar factory, Ruben sent me one when he sent me the Winds of the Daughter cigar. I liked it, and a couple of days ago he said she just came out with her first run. So this is her first run. I haven't even sealed the box yet. I'm going to do that later, and then I'm going to smoke them tomorrow and pass them out to some friends and see if people like them. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. It was a good smoke. So there you go. Those are my two. That's my smoke. Those are my smokes for the weekend. I got a box of 20, and I think this is a Drew Estate. I'm not sure, but I ran it through ChatGPT. ChatGPT said it's a Drew Estate. Now, I'm not a fan of Drew Estate, but because it's a year of a something, I'll try it. And then I'm going to, of course, have my beautiful Diamond Crown, Aaron Sigmund's favorite cigar, Tampa brand, Florida tobacco.
I'm smoking a pipe today.
Oh, my God. Seriously, it's going to be a long show. So the good thing by sitting out here on the top of the yacht, I've got, as you can tell, it's a little chilly here this morning. But the nice thing is I've got multi-televisions, so I can see us on many, many screens. And I just want to say it to the people on Instagram that are joining, welcome, and to the people on YouTube joining, welcome. So while we're waiting,
I can't see any comments. Are there any comments? I thought
not yet. No, I've got the comments are right there. No one loves us today. Got no comments. They're there. No,
I'm
no one
making
loves
a little
us.
bit of a lifestyle change. It's
really, you're going to become a woman?
No, not quite. There you go. New comments will appear here in real time for everyone to see. So I only switched it on right now. The lifestyle change.
And there he is. Wait, Kasem says, "Good afternoon, gents. Good afternoon, Kasem."
Casey Kasem.
Why isn't it showing though? It's not showing. We have to say hello. I don't understand. Oh well, welcome to YouTube.
I had the privilege, the honor of smoking with Casey Kasem, or Qasim.
Yes, Qasim.
Ali, and his Instagram name is Emmanuel, but actually Miguel.
Yes.
On Wednesday evening when we had the Ramon what launch, Stephen?
You're asking me? All I know is it's Frankens and Honkers. You were at Tom Tom's because I got an invitation.
That sounds like that's like an airplane from the 1940s. The Hunters and Frankers.
You were at Frankens and Hankers. Yes, you were. Go ahead.
So the brand that had a Vitola launch, and the name of the Vitola is the Absolutos. It was the Ramon Iones. Some people like to call it Ramon Alones, but Iones.
Okay. Do you want me to pronounce it? Because Ali enjoyed my face when I pronounced the Quadacuri last week. So
go for it. Do it again. How would you pronounce it?
I just did it. I don't remember how to pronounce it. What's the name of the cigar?
You're feigning ignorance, as they say. Anyway,
Yeah.
I really cigared myself out that evening, because I think I smoked back-to-back 5 extraordinary Cubans.
Wow.
Between the hours of 4 o'clock.
Right.
Between 4 o'clock and midnight that day, I smoked 5 extraordinary cigars, 3 of which were Ramon Iones. The Ramon, we had this event in the evening at a little place in Belgravia called
Tom Tom's. Here we go.
We've never done a shout out for them, and I think we've become a little bit cavalier in these shout outs, but Tom Tom deserves a shout out. Tom Tom is in Belgravia is, I don't know if it's a hidden gem anymore. It used to be a hidden gem. It used to be sort of pride of my sort of like, you know when you find a place and you're kind of very proud that you found a place that no one else seems to have found. And unfortunately, other people have found it. When I say unfortunately, I don't mean that in a bad way, really. Even the word unfortunate is negative. But that sort of like, that secret is like a bit of an open secret. So here's a shout out to Christian, who runs Tom Tom, Christian, Thomas, Andras, Aldo Vanucci, Laura, Miles, even Alexa. Yes, Alexa, I haven't seen her that often. But there's a hell of a group there. And there's a shout out to them.
All right.
So we had a
great
event.
Great. There's our boy. He said, "Oh wow, that's a lot of smoking Rizza." There you have it.
There's a what?
Can you read?
Yeah, that day when Qasim saw me, I was already on a bit of a sort of like, when will this nonsense stop? But actually, the nonsense elevated to being really good. I mean, we had some great cigars. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what Qasim feels about this. That Absolutos, especially in the first half. Yeah, it was lovely, beautiful aromatics, beautiful taste. Christian, who's the general manager there at Tom Tom, gave us, all of us.
Are you reading what these guys are writing to you? He goes, "What did you smoke after we left?" Can you read the comments, or do I have to do it for you? What's going on? Plus, they're not working like they should.
Yeah, they're kind of like on my big screen. They come up sort of like 3 or 4 seconds delayed.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Just go with the flow. But I had that morning, that afternoon, I had started off with a cigar that's going to become much more popular. You heard it here, folks. Well, some of you who know me have heard it before. The Viguero Centrofino, which is slightly younger than a Robusto. I started off with that. Then I was roaming around Belgravia Square, which is sort of like a private, locked-up, gated garden that the ordinary people don't get access to. But I was walking around there, smoking a Monte Cristo Wide Edmundo, which is quite nice, en plein air. And then after that, I went over to the Tom Tom event, and we started off, my recollection is the Ramon Iones half Corona. Am I right? Anyone watching? Qasim watching? Ali watching? Who were there? And then we had the Absolutos, and after the Absolutos, I had I had 6 cigars. And after the Absolutos, we had a presentation pack, and I smoked through. I don't save stuff. I just hammer through the Ramon Iones specially selected. So I made it, a proper Ramon Iones evening.
Very nice.
Have I finished with my ranting and raving? There was some excellent media coverage. The boys took great photos and videos. I contributed in a small way and also put up some photos and videos. If you want to see them, go on our social media and have a look. So shout out to Qasim has a new cigar Instagram, which just like phone numbers, I tend not to remember. I type the first 3 or 4 letters and it comes Cigar something. Qasim, if you want, you can type it up on the screen. Yes, we had a small club corona. He's right. Qasim is right. My Alzheimer's has finally defeated.
I know. And Qasim he sends me stuff now, and I post it as part of Habanos Saturday, so it's very nice.
When you say Qasim, you mean Casey Kasem?
Yeah, whatever. Casey Kasem, Qasim, whatever his name is. And then Ali K was very nice. He sent me a nice private message this week, and he goes, "When are you coming to London so we can all smoke together?"
You sent me a nice private message. Go fuck yourself, Stephen.
Well, that was before the nice part of the message.
Oh, so nice.
Then he was asking when I'm going to come so we can all have a cigar together.
I believe there's a very nice group. Sorry, I believe there's a very nice group of aficionados out there, and also aficionados.
Oh, the girls. Wait. We have more. I don't know what's going on with the comments today. I have to manually put them up. So there you go. Haha. Thanks for plugging, gents.
Why? Is there something wrong with YouTube? Because normally they just kind of write.
No, it's a StreamYard thing. Now we do this thing called Mars. So actually, when you go to the live side of our show, there's 2 different live shows. One is for your phone, and one is for YouTube. So I think they're having a problem figuring out how to get comments. So manually now, this finger, or this finger if you're lucky, this finger controls all of it now. So now I have to actually work during the show, and I just can't sit here and look pretty. So I'm going to need more pay. Anyway, there you go. No problem, Casey Kasem. No problem plugging you. That's what we're here for. So how was your week? Let's discuss, because Princess isn't here to tell us about PCA, which apparently sucked because everybody who went there there was no free cigars, hookers, or 8-balls. And no one enjoyed themselves. So that's terrible.
From the social media coverage that I saw, and it wasn't just from Usman, there was quite a few people.
Right.
I saw what was, to my mind, a relatively empty event.
Yeah, it was very quiet. It looked like.
It was very quiet. That doesn't mean it wasn't successful. And I'm only comparing this to the Dortmund event that I went to not last month, before that in September, which was. I cannot compliment enough. I haven't been to such a great cigar. I mean, no, I don't mean cigar event, but it was a cigar expo. It was a tobacco expo. Right. And one of the craziest things was, I just wasn't expecting it. I don't know what I was thinking, but you could just literally walk around all day, everywhere, smoking cigars. Right. And I think, you know what, I was slightly mistaken. I thought you could not do that at PCA in Dubai, but then I saw these, outside stands, there were these huge ashtrays. Right. So I expected people to smoke. It's just people weren't smoking that much. I didn't see it that much.
They weren't smoking indoors. And to me, it's like when the Cigar Aficionado magazine does the big smoke, they allow you to smoke where you're at. So if you can't smoke indoors, you have to schlep out to a bench.
No, I know. I think I'm mistaken. But Stephen, I think I'm mistaken. I think you could smoke. I just didn't see people smoking.
I didn't see anybody. Smoking. Yeah, I saw nobody smoking in the videos that I was sent.
Yeah, no, I did catch. If you look carefully, you catch 1 or 2 glimpses of people with a cigar in their hand.
That's not a cigar event. 1 or 2 people. A cigar event.
I know. But what I find really weird, and I think Usman elaborated on this, was that for some reason cigars were not being given out to the general public. It was sort of a B2B business kind of thing, right? Which kind of deterred the public from being there. And it's always the masses that kind of make the vibe, that make the environment, right? Yeah. If you went to Dortmund, I can only put a guess on this. More than half the people who were at Dortmund were not industry players. They're just people there to have a good time, smoke cigarettes, smoke cigars, see what's new in the industry. And I believe in Dortmund, the figure was 15,000 people at the exhibition. 15,000 people daily, right? Here, I don't think I saw 1,000 people, maybe 500 people. Right. And that's what I saw. I could be wrong. And Usman, when he comes on, he'll tell us how successful and amazing that event was, because it was not about the main event. It was about getting people there, and then it's normally side events. The things that people do. Once you've taken the time and expense to fly to a place, then you'll always get 6 or 7 people gathering together. They'll go off and do a breakout event, or they'll go to a cafe and smoke together, and that's what these things are about normally. But the event itself didn't look hugely impressive to me. But then that could be social media distortion.
No, I looked at, everyone was sending me stuff, and I was just sort of underwhelmed. I was expecting more. I think the problem is in America. Anyway, we see like the big smoke.
That was a Neil Diamond song. Song.
It's Coming to America. Eddie Murphy made that to a movie. Shout out to Big Eddie. Anyway, Coming to America. But when you're in America and you go to these events, they're like, people are smoking and doing and whatever. And even the one you went to and the others, but then the one in Dubai was very low key. But that's very Dubai-ish. It's a very low key place.
Not necessarily.
I'm being a smart ass, dude. I'm kidding. I mean, please.
Yeah, I had an expectation it would be ram-packed and ostentatious, and I don't know why. I just have that Dubai vibe in my head.
Are you kidding? It's Dubai. I was expecting a Bugatti in there and a Rolls Royce.
I was expecting pizzazz, as they say.
I was expecting something, but the videos were I fell asleep watching the videos.
And I don't know. Once again, the person on the ground, Usman, will elaborate. Was this the first PCA event?
Yes.
In Dubai?
That's what he said. It was the very first PCA event in Dubai.
Event?
And
I'm sure they're going to take lessons from it.
I'm sure they're going to take lessons. So what does PCA stand for? Professional Cigar Association? Is that what we're going with?
It's a very good question. I'm ashamed to say that I don't know the answer. I don't believe it's... Wow. Is it to do with cigars, or is it tobacco industry generally?
Well, PCA would stand for Professional Cigar Association.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I just guessed Professional Cigar Association. Unless somebody knows what it is, that's what we're going to go with. And I'm looking at shout out to my favorite cigar influencer. Tell me your name is shouting out to you, my friend.
I don't see any of the messages appearing on the big screen.
Well, that's on because that is whatchamacallit. That is on the Instagram, and unless you're on my Instagram, you can't see it.
No, I can. This is very weird. On the big screen, I can actually see some of the messages you're putting up, but they're not appearing on the feed.
No, because there's a problem with StreamYard because they put up a new system, so we're kind of SOL.
So who's giving the shout out? Who's giving the shout out?
On Instagram, one more time. You have to go to my Instagram account, but you can't because you're on your phone. Tell me your name. Shout out to my favorite cigar influencer. He's talking about.
That's you. He or she is talking to you. He's talking to you.
No, talking to you. They gave your name. So you are their favorite cigar influencer. There's a salute to you, sir or madam, or
I'm humbled to be called a cigar influencer. I'm more of a social commentator. I'm like a you know what I am really? Yeah, sort of struggling to have an idea. I'm sort of like, when people do these wildlife programs, they talk about now the elephant is sizing up the hyena. It's that kind of thing. Yeah. I feel like I'm turning into more of a sort of not a cigar influencer, sort of a. I like to watch. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I like to watch other people.
Oh, you're a cigar voyeur.
You're not. That's a good. I'm a bit of a voyeur. I like to watch other people. I like to see what words are coming out of their mouth, and I find it quite funny actually. I'm an observer. That's why
your neighbors have that restraining order because you're a voyeur. I got it. All right, cool, good for you. Well, there we go.
Honestly, actually, I'm an observer of cigar life, and in order to observe cigar life, sometimes you have to look the part. Yeah, but I'm not really that. I'm not really a cigar influencer. Real cigar influencers.
Who would that be? That would be Aaron Sigmund, who is watching on my Instagram account. So Aaron, shout out to you, big guy.
Aaron also is not a cigar influencer. Aaron is a cigar. No, Aaron, if you bear with me, is a cigar personality. Real cigar influencers are actually called aficionados and aficionados. I know because they proudly call themselves. They decide it is they themselves that will call themselves aficionados and aficionados, right?
And just to let you know, and if I may, I have to start. K Miles 69, he is a cigar influencer. I met him while we were smoking cigars He says, "Hi, Steve. I rolled over from my hangover to hear you say 2 fingers if you're lucky." Yes, my friend. If you're lucky, you get 2 fingers, but you have to be female. So there you have it. But anyway, those are the people on Instagram right now. I'm glad he rolled over for that. It's going to be one of those shows. But anyway, yeah, I guess he's not you're right. He is a cigar, whatever, I guess. Who is an influencer then? Was Jazz that was on a couple weeks ago? Is he an influencer?
So I would say that an influencer, the word influencer means people who actually make some critical social media, are able to influence by what they smoke, what they like, or what accessories they use, or what they do. And I would say, yes, of course, Jasim is one of those, and also any of the other official Habanos SA influencers are influencers because they're the sort of trendsetters in the industry. They get the cigars that are released first. They get on pre-release. They're able to talk about these things. They're able to tell you what, the history of those cigars, the evolution of those cigars, the accessories, the lifestyle. Those are influencers. We humble lot. We're kind of commentators. We're sort of observers.
We're Abbott and Costello. Let's not get carried away. You and I are Abbott and Costello, the Marx Brothers. That's what we are. Let's just be blunt.
It's difficult. It's difficult to find a pigeonhole to put us in, other than complete knob-ends.
Well, we are truly knob-ends. I would definitely go with that.
But I hope I can speak for yourself, Stephen. We're no experts. We're nothing special. We're far too humble to acknowledge our own abilities, let alone call each other aficionados and aficionados. I leave that for very, very wonderful, splendid people who have a much, much better idea of who they are and where they're going. Better people.
Just hearing all that right here, it touched me. Or I'm touching myself. I forgot which one. But anyway, that was beautiful. I'm going to cry later.
Yes, there's people far more intelligent, far more experienced than I who call themselves aficionados and aficionados. And I keep saying these words again and again because I've been told how wonderful they are, how empowered they are, how good they feel about telling each other how great they look.
Yeah, the old saying, self-praise is no praise. Great. I got Casey Kasem now giving me proverbs from...
Casey Kasem is on the YouTube.
There he is.
Because I can actually physically see them. Hey.
You see what it says? He says the old saying, self-praise is no praise.
Garcin, you might be right and you might be wrong. I'm not intelligent enough to know the real answer.
Are you a Billy Joel song all of a sudden? You might be right, you might be wrong. That's like a Billy Joel song, my friend.
Is it? Seriously?
That's a Billy Joel song.
Have I just accidentally crossed the beams on creativity there?
You have crossed something, my friend, but that is a Billy Joel song, just to let you know. You might be right, you might be wrong.
I'm finding myself a little discluded from the current stock of new cigar smokers. Even in such a vibrant place as London, I think the younger crowd, the more diverse crowd, has got far more of a clue of what is a great cigar and what is a great smoke than I have.
Good. Oh, look, it's showing up on the bottom now. There you go. I don't have to plug it up. There it is. Casey Kasem is there live now on the bottom. You can read it, everybody.
Yeah, that was about 2 minutes ago.
All right, listen, some of us drink heavily in the morning, and I don't know what to tell you. So there you have it. Or as my buddy Keith just rolled out of bed, hearing about 2 fingers. Congratulations, sir. My best to your wife. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about while we wait? Because I can just riff for like 2 hours about.
No, wait for what? Because
person's not showing up, and we were supposed to have guests today, and they didn't show up. And one of the guys was what's that guy's name that was supposed to come last week that didn't come?
You know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. We were going to have a guy on. What was his name? He couldn't come because...
Giuliano. No,
yeah.
But we don't... I don't know. I think you're a little bit excited about this guest thing. Guests, people come on when they want to come on. We don't.
Oh, I know, but I thought we actually
we don't prod or poke anyone. If someone's coming, I'll get a message in the middle of this as I say, "Can I come on?" Yeah, come on. No big deal.
Come on, of course.
I find that the very splendid new group of smokers are mildly intimidated to come on. I don't know
Well,
why. They clearly know much more about cigars and how to smoke and lifestyle.
Well,
any of you
we
and
should
I
have we should have Chow on then, because he can smoke 3 cigars at once, and he then is a legend in his own mind. So I'm not sure why he's not on. I'm just saying.
It could be that there's also a certain group or class of smokers that from time to time I have the privilege of smoking with these people.
Yes, you do.
They like to keep a little bit on the lowdown. They believe that cigar smoking is a very convivial and private activity.
No, it's not. You sit with a bunch of people and you smoke cigars. What privacy is that? And then they post videos about it.
Well, I mean, in terms of social media, social media is a little bit of a. Well, this is just it. Even I think we're going to have to get, even people like me, we're going to have to get used to this, right? The social media is not one level.
Right.
Being on social media doesn't mean that you're out there, boom, boom, boom. You want all the attention in the world.
Right.
There are some people as well who, will occasionally post something. There are some people, like, these are the weird ones. When I say weird, I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way, but it is a weird experience. There are some people who just follow you on social media. They look at absolutely everything you post, but they never interact with you, right? There's sort of like, it's sort of like someone's watching me. And that's the whole point of social media, right? Okay, unless you've got like a private Facebook page or a private Instagram page or something like that, right? Okay. So even within the social media, there is like a big range I'm discovering. So this is, other people may already know this, but I'm discovering there's a big range of privacy and what people want to show and what they don't want to show. Some people want to show horrible accidents they've been in and sort of, I'm in hospital with my leg up in the air. And some people would never show that. They would only show when they're wearing a tuxedo and smoking a cigar. There you go. And one of the things to emphasize again to anyone new watching or even old watching, we do this because we started doing this because two of us, it was actually Stephen and I, would get together and we would talk about cigar. We'd just talk, right? And Stephen thought, well, why can't we just have this as something as part of our channel where people can come in and watch if they want to? And that's how it started. So we never had an agenda, really. At least I never had an agenda. Stephen had the agenda that basically the whole world of cigars would be advertising and sponsoring.
I did. I never knew that, but thank you for sharing. Listen, I figured the world of cigars doesn't need us. I do this because I get to hang out with you and Princess for an hour or two every Saturday, and that makes my whole week. And then we hang out with our acquaintances that are the fans. And like I said, which shocks me when I look at the numbers every week, because on YouTube we maybe get a couple thousand, on Instagram we get a couple thousand, but then when I look at the podcast numbers, which shocks me, we're 40,000.
The podcast does really well.
Yeah, the podcast is 50,000. And I'm just like, wow, there are a lot of people who are very bored. No, there are a lot of people who just enjoy the riffing. So what I'm about to say, please don't take this any way other than it's just my comment. And if you have anything negative to say, send it to Rizzo. Anyway, we're not, what's his face? Kirby. We don't do Kirby. We're not these other guys. We're not, and I love jazz, but I'm not jazz. I'm not swilling my cigar. We're not those guys. We are just.
Well, but this is interesting. That's a very interesting thing. We do have, we have something perhaps that's relatively indefinable in terms of cigar social media. Because if you look around on YouTube, you'll find people reviewing cigars.
Right.
You'll find people, I don't know, preening themselves, sort of like personal publicity promotion. You'll find people doing interviews. You will find people. Kirby's in a bit of a different category. Kirby is doing what in fact I had this conversation with him last year. He's doing what Alan Wicker used to do in the 70s and 80s. Alan Wicker was this socialite traveling.
Right, but Kirby's not. First of all, Kirby's not a socialist. Please, Kirby's not a socialite.
Well, no. But what I'm saying is there's a certain mode, certain delivery about.
So it's Robin Leach of the rich and famous. That's what he's trying to portray.
Sorry, say that again.
He's doing like what Robin Leach did of the lifestyles of the rich and famous. That's kind of what Kirby's trying to do.
Something like that. But I think when it comes to Kirby, very specifically, Kirby is a massive Anglophile, right? So is
he allowed to be a file like that? I'm just saying.
I don't know. But his thing is about promoting I guess, the lost age of aristocracy and sort of gentlemanly behavior and dress and lifestyle and habits in the UK. And I think he does that very successfully because he's found an audience, a huge US audience, I would imagine a Far East audience as well, that really enjoys this sort of like, it's like a travelogue. You know, you can travelogue and you can go to different perfume shops, you can go to cigar shops or hotels or places of interest. And that makes Kirby very, very different to what other people in the cigar industry do, because most people in the cigar industry, in terms of social media and in terms of YouTube, literally just focus on cigar culture, and he kind of extends beyond the cigar culture, which is what I enjoy.
And there you go. Cigarland says hello. Hello, yours. Right? I got it right? Yours says Cigarland. Who's Cigarland?
Cigarland is us.
That's what I just said. Hello, yours. I got it. I was right.
Yeah. Urs was in London, but we didn't manage to connect up.
There's a reason for that. Because,
I think Urs got horribly drunk at number 6. Am I right, Chris? No, I'm joking. Okay. I'm joking.
Anyway,
I'm joking. We weren't able to connect.
Casey Kasem, who drinks a lot, he says Kirby is a cool guy. Hung out with him a couple of times in Cuba. Very different person than on the camera. Yes, we're all aware of that. Riz is left. He'll be back. And yes, Uris is here. There you go. So there you go. We got it working now. So we're very excited about that. So I've had other people that have hung out with Kirby that have a different opinion, but that's okay. So
no, but what I was saying about Kirby's output when it comes to the cigar industry, actually, once again, and this I was saying this to Justin as well.
Right.
Me steering my boat, I'm on a big heavy ship. To turn direction, it takes time for me to turn direction, right?
Right.
But when it comes to Kirby, the very, very interesting thing is that his travel logs, and I still call them travel logs, right? Okay. Because he is an American. Right. He's an American visiting the cigar smoking community. I'm not quite sure if he's gone further than the cigar smoking community, but it's related to the cigar smoking community. I think everything is punctuated by cigars in his output, right? I don't think he's ever done anything that's not got a cigar related theme, either directly or indirectly. So, for example, when he's done stuff on Jermyn Street in London, he's done it because it is down the road specifically from Davidoff, which is one of his he'll start his journey from the cigar theme. So let's put it that way, yeah. But one of the things that other people have told me as well, I don't know if Kirby is listening, yeah. One of the things is that as travelogues, they're fascinating. If you watch the whole body of work or an episode, it is fascinating. But it's only engaging if you are absolutely invested in. Because Kirby Kirby is, to some extent, you in that travelogue. So he'll ask the questions that you might be thinking about. He's more of a sort of a little bit.
No, here's where I disagree. First of all, let me just read Casey Kasem's comment. Love or hate Kirby, there's no one else delivering the type of content at the level that he does.
I totally agree.
100% agree with that. I will say this. No, he doesn't ask the questions that people like me would ask. Because New Yorkers, we ask different questions. Kirby asks like little fluffball questions. A New Yorker, when he goes on a trip, let's just explain this so people understand. When you go on a trip like Kirby and he goes, this is a beautiful place. Look how wonderful it is. Oh my God, yada, yada, yada. When we go on a trip as a New Yorker, anywhere on the planet, the first thing we think of, none of these people could live in New York. That's it. Full stop. None of you can live here. And then if you're nice to us, we want to know what your problem is. And second, if it's too clean, it's not real. So Kirby does not think like a certain part of the market. He thinks like just nice people. New Yorkers, we have a different approach. We go travel and we look at it differently. You know, we're worried about who's going to mug us. We got our hands in our pocket. It's a whole thing. You know, Kirby's out there going, hey, and everyone's, oh, we love Kirby. And then again, we don't travel with a film crew. I mean, I do on certain occasions, on dates and stuff, so I can put on OnlyFans. But no, Kirby does a wonderful
but
body
Kirby's
of work.
production level
Out of this
has
world.
just increased,
Yeah.
has just constantly increased. So I'm paying him compliments primarily because I'm seeing the much more the very valuable side of the contribution he makes.
Yeah.
But having said that, there is a bit of there is a huge compare and contrast. And this conversation started off about what we do and how we define ourselves.
Well, we don't define ourselves.
We're not in that space at all in any way. Yeah, because we're discombobulators, right? We're there to push, prod, poke. Kirby is not there to push, prod, poke.
No.
I'll give you one of his.
He's to educate. Kirby comes
he's
on.
He's to educate. Yeah, it's absolutely, and that's why I call these travelogues. So they may be called. There must be a new word that we can invent: cigarologues. Okay, there's cigarologues.
There you go. And
cigarologues.
You may use that. You're welcome.
It's trademark registered. It's only for a small fee, 5 cents. So no, they're cigarologues, and his role is not. His role is to like a silk handkerchief to move between people seamlessly and
whoa! I don't know where you put your silk handkerchiefs, but mine.
Well, I'll give you an example. One of my favorite videos of Kirby, and the one that I think has got one of the most traction is when he did a sit down chat with Edward and Eddie Sahakian and Max and Nick Fuchs at Davidoff. Okay, and Kirby sat in the middle, and he had the two father and son combinations on either side. Now Kirby is there to. It feels a little bit, or used to feel a little bit swami in the sense that sort of like a bit too congratulatory and a bit too sort of like, oh yes, it's wonderful, but actually that's his style to get people to talk, really, because that's the measure of those egos, that you have to sort of a little bit pander to them to get them over. And my style is I'm not in the same place. We're not in the same place in any way, by any level, by any comparison. You and I are not like that. We can't do that. We can't sit still. We're saying, mate, you got a big nose. We'll just say it. You know what I mean, right?
That's the point.
We'll say, what ridiculous shoes. Yeah, and that provokes. Sometimes it brings, and most of the time, brings a smile to someone's face. Is what we like, because humor is a very disarming characteristic. But there's a whole group of cigar smokers that have no sense of humor, and they give themselves fancy names.
Right, Kirby and the guy with the flower thing, not Jazz, but the other guy in London, the Foley guy that does this. And Ali K says that video.
He was stuck there.
Right. Oh, 2 fingers, like we talked about. Anyway, Ali K says that video was peak Kirby. Well, thank you, Ali, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Yeah. I agree.
I told you how I found Kirby by mistake, because he was talking to Eddie and his father. And that's how I found him. So when he has interesting guests on, I will watch him. But other than that, some of the stuff, I'm like, kind of like us, people don't watch everything we do or listen. So it's the same type of thing. But I enjoy some of the stuff that he puts out. But I will say, yes, when I watch something that Kirby puts out, it's like watching like a full HBO or Netflix movie production. So on that scale, kudos.
Yeah, so the production is excellent. So shout out to Kirby. The production is excellent. The content is excellent.
Yeah, and his storytelling
is his. The style is his. It's up to you whether you buy it or not, but the style is his.
And Uris, which brings up a good point, says Kirby's a great storyteller and presenter. He truly is. He does in his own way. He is.
He's well researched. He's exceedingly well researched.
Yeah. We're more, as we would say, almost gonzo. Like, we just go off the cuff. We have a good time. Even when we have guests on, we just go and enjoy the guests. Like, we met them at the Cigar Lounge for the first time. We're like, oh, cool. Tell us about you. So ours is just a little different. So, some people like it, some people don't. But no, Kirby, not taking anything away from him, but he does production value is high. His presentation and storytelling is excellent. And for me, unfortunately, he's too monotone. And I have to, like, I can only take so much of it, because it's sort of like, I'm like, dude, I need emotion.
I get that. I actually get that, because you're not the first person who said that. I get the fact that you have to.
His wife said that too. I'm just.
I like watching selected Kirby.
Right.
I can't watch all because I kind of almost know what I'm in for.
Right.
There's no massive surprise element, and that's not. I'm not being disparaging there, right? It's just that is it's your McDonald's burger. You know what you're going to get, but it's not necessarily going to leave a massive impression on you. It's like that. It's a very buttery, easy-going, and that's the product, and it works. Absolutely works, and it's really well produced. Really well produced.
And Casey Kasem says he said, meaning Kirby, has put $1 million in his production, which it shows. I don't think Kirby has. I think Kirby has a business partner that actually has put that money in. But yes, it does show. Once again, I'm not taking anything away from his production or anything.
Well, I think you are. I think you would.
I'm not really. I'm just giving you my opinion. And I like this. I just don't. I can't take the monotone. I need excitement. I need to get me going.
So when it comes to cigar talk or cigar chat, and we're doing these, right? So on Wednesday, right? So I think Qasim alluded to this to me in person. As I said, before I came to the Wednesday event, I was in Belgrave Square having a private smoke with a couple of individuals.
Of course, you were.
And as I say, this is gated. You can't get into this place without a key. So
all right, here we go.
There's a reason I'm saying this. Saying this. So I had a private smoke with at least one gentleman who's at the top end of the cigar industry globally.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not at liberty to say who I was smoking with at all. I'm not at liberty to say that. So I was smoking with him and one of my smoking buddies for about 2 hours. And we had a meeting. We actually had a sit-down meeting, and we thought, where is the most private place to smoke? And said, this is the most private. So, people can overhear us in a restaurant or a bar or wherever it may be, or another cigar, definitely another cigar lounge, right? Okay. All right. And I said to this, you'd be shocked. If I told you, I can tell you off air who this was, right? Yeah. But
was it Prince Andrew? Because if it was Prince Andrew, I'm going to be very
funnily enough, Andrew.
Yeah.
You know that photo is in Belgravia. It's on a house literally opposite Belgrave Square. It's very strange you said it. Well, anyway.
Yes, please continue.
So after this 2-hour discussion, very intense discussion, right? I had to take my leave to go to Tom Tom. And I said to this very, very distinguished fellow in the cigar industry, I said, what would really make great YouTube, what would really make great social media is if there was a camera watching and recording what we were talking about and how we talk about cigars and cigar smokers, cigar people, cigar places, cigar history. People will be utterly besotted and fascinated at real conversations, because the moment when the camera is on you, whether it's a Kirby interview or whether there's some other small timers who are trying to make videos about whatever it may be, but hopefully one day they become big timers. I pray for their success, to be very honest with you. I pray for their success every single day. That's what I get up thinking.
When you pray, can I ask you, who do you pray? What are you praying to?
I pray silence, as they say.
I know that, but I'm just saying, when you pray, who are you directing this prayer to?
I'm directing this energy to every particle and molecule in the known universe and inside my head.
There we go. Just checking it out.
And every metaparticle and every dimension, etc., is included in that, even that I don't know about. Anyway, so this gentleman, and when I tell you later who, you'll be beyond
I'm going to fall off my chair. Oh my God!
Right, we said, Reza, this is what real cigar discussions. It was, as I said, it was 3 of us, including myself. This is not about, smoking a silly cigar and having a photo and going, like doing a selfie and this and that, the other. Yeah, there's a time and place for that, right? But real cigar discussions are heavyweight discussions, because they bring in the whole world into the world of cigars. Because, as I say, it relates to history, it relates to product, it relates to people, it relates to places, it relates to experiences, anecdotes. and a very, very rich a very rich discussion, forget cigars, but very rich discussion starts because the cigar brings people together to sit down and, for 1 hour, 2 hours, they're totally disarmed, very disarming activity,
But that's
a very
what we do.
enjoyable disarming activity.
But that's what we kind of do with the show. We kind of have a real cigar discussion. We don't really hold anything back. Sometimes if we don't like a cigar, we're a little more polite about it. Instead of saying it sucks, I don't want to mention the brand, that you said it sucks after we did the review, kind of. But we do that. We have real discussions, and we don't hold back. Now, the fans may or may not like it, but once again, we're not going to win a Pulitzer Prize here. We're just doing this because we just like to have dialogues about stuff. We're just inviting people into our living room. So we kind of do the same thing.
I think we do hold back, and the reason I say we hold back, on a mildly serious note, I think some of the complete pussies out there can't take it, and I feel a bit sorry for them, in the sense that some people take our discussions a bit too personally, and they do not appreciate the fact that actually you're getting an insight, not you, the audience is getting an insight on what people talk about. We don't just talk about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We genuinely, on this program for the past 2 years, have spoken about cigar history, brand history, accessories, places, cigar experiences, cigar personalities, cigar people, would-be personalities, wannabe personalities, industry stalwarts. If you look at this body of, I won't call it work, but if you look at this body of output that we have created,
well, it's kind of like work.
It's very enriching. I've had this conversation with you before, Stephen. In the course of these 2 years of doing these programs, because of the programs, I've learned a few things that I didn't know before because I had to go out and learn. I'm sure you have. We've met people that we wouldn't have before through this connectivity. So good people and complete dickheads.
Yes, but the nice thing is that we have learned, and so I think I told you this once when I was sitting having a cigar. We were talking about Cuban cigars, and all of a sudden, all 27 brands that Husband gave a story on came flooding into my mind. And I was like, "Hey, wait a minute! I can talk about this." So I was able to tell the history of certain cigars and how they were founded, and people were like, "Oh my God, you're so knowledgeable." I'm thinking, not really.
I mean, at least even if you we don't get too deep in it. The whole point was to scratch slightly under the surface because that provokes a little bit of a hunger to have a bit of a deeper dive, right? Why did this brand suddenly come into existence? How long was it around for? What makes it different? Why are Cuban cigars better than all the other cigars around the world, right?
Well, be careful.
Kind of questions, right?
Boy, Ruben.
Their opinions.
Ruben likes these cigars.
Their opinions. You don't like them, just put them in the bin or come up with your own opinion, Like, I think one of the very cool things that's happened, Stephen, lately, people have stopped slagging me off about the fact that I don't really like, apart from these splendid Davidoffs. Absolutely splendid.
God forbid we don't mention Davidoffs because they are.
Even I'm having a bit of a soft spot for the EGMs, by the way, but that's something else. It's
really,
nothing to do.
You want to go down? I don't think we want to go down that rabbit hole because there's only one EGM we both agree on. That's really good.
Yeah, but you know what? That sometimes you have to hold on to a little piece of gold there, right? The fact that we agree on one EGM is very different to other cigars from Dominican Republic or anywhere else.
Camacho crap you smoke. Yeah, I got it.
Camacho has Camacho has a kind of space in my heart because it kind of saw me through a certain period of time that I enjoyed quite a lot, right? And it generated a few great experiences. So Camacho was a relatively inexpensive Davidoff owned product, produced really well with a great, 3 or 4 absolutely defined cigar styles, cigar aromas, flavors. You could pick one or two and smoke a Toro-sized cigar for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and not feel crap that you spent maybe $8, $9 for a 2-hour smoke. And I was smoking a lot of these Camachos in Islamabad, in Pakistan. Islamabad, if anyone knows, is a very, very green, vibrant, one of the most beautiful capital cities in the world. Perhaps it's in the top 10 of beautiful capital cities in the world. and I spent almost 6 months, not in one go, but in bits and pieces around 3 years ago, smoking in Islamabad. And I would smoke Camachos. And it's great when you're smoking it next to a barbecue. It's great when you're sitting outside in a coffee shop. It's, if you want Cuban, you smoke Cuban. But if you want just, to blow smoke and have a nice time, it was a perfect product.
There are some really nice non-Cuban cigars out there. I'm just saying. So I'm telling you, the Diamond Crown the Florida grown tobacco is a beauty. You got to try it.
I just found the remnants of Wednesday night. I don't know if I'm holding it the right way up, but that's the Absolutos.
There you go.
There's the Absolutos double band. I don't know if you can see it properly.
Very nice. Oh yeah, we see it. Oh my God, the crowd's going crazy. So
anyway, what did Urs mean by High Gloss Magazine?
I don't know. I was just going to ask
him. He didn't really qualify himself.
Yeah, we should just ask Urs to just come on the show and explain it. But yeah, he said high gloss. I think he's saying Kirby's videos are like a high gloss magazine.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Our show is kind of like the page 6 of
our show is like the same high gloss magazine, but if you roll it up and slap someone in the face with it, that's what it is.
That's a beauty. Now we're talking. So he doesn't like a good slap in the face. And if you're into that, Hilga's House of Pain.
And not that way, with a backhand slap.
Oh, your backhand's a beauty, sure. Like you're playing tennis.
Sort of a backhand shot in tennis, yeah.
Oh my God. I'm assuming Princess isn't going to join us. So what else do you want to go through before we say goodbye? Because
he did say he would make an effort to turn up, but as I say, this is not a non-structured show. You can glide in, glide out. But I think we covered that quite well. I wanted Usman to come on and talk about PCA in Dubai and his breakout stuff, but I guess he'll have to do that next time.
Next week we won't even care.
I think he picked up some cool guests. I saw Jean-Marie in some of the photos in Dubai. Shout out to Jean-Marie.
JM, I like JM. By the way, Casey Kasem says Eurus, a shout out to Eurus, was on Cigar Keep with Kirby talking about his cigar.
And Jean-Marie has done a Kirby special.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Kirby is probably looking to do a special with Steven at some stage.
Me?
Absolutely.
No friggin' way does he want to do anything with me.
Yeah, because you're that mild-mannered, mild-tempered kind of person that he would be, he'd be at home with.
And his whole film crew would come to where I go smoke cigars, and I would be doing my Groucho Marx with him and Don Rickles with him. I don't think Kirby could handle me. I love Urs because Urs is a very refined European gentleman. JM as well, right? I don't think Kirby's going to sit down. I mean, I know he's invited me to smoke cigars with him at his home, and one day I will do that. And I'm always grateful when I get the invite. My point is that I don't think Kirby interviewing us or me is anything on Kirby's to-do list because I don't think his fans would not appreciate that. Granted, some of his fans like us, but I think the bulk of his fans would have a heart attack if we came on his show and he talked about us.
There's a place for everything. One day that might happen.
There's not a place for us on Kirby's show. I think that's cute that people would think that, but there's no way. I don't see Kirby saying, you know who I need on? The Habanos Saturday guy. I need Visiting Steve and Usman to come on. Usman, I think, and Kirby would do great together. You and I think so. I think that's a show. I think Usman and Kirby, that's a show. You and I and Usman and Kirby, I don't think that's a show. I think because Kirby and Usman are more refined, more gentlemanly, more like they have a little savoir-faire. And you and I are kind of like, biting.
We're more. What is that term? We're a little bit left field.
Well, we're a little left something. So yeah, I don't see
unfamiliar places. We don't quite know what they're going to say.
Steve, I think Usman wants to. I think Urs wants to join the show. He goes, "How to join your show? You want to send him a link?"
I don't know how to. My show is playing on my phone, and when I'm playing on my phone,
let me see. I have Ursa's stuff. Hold on, I'll take care of it. Let me take my glasses off. I'll do it because God forbid I ask you to do something and you can't do it.
No, I can't because I'm physically on the phone doing this. I find that the camera on my iPhone is the best camera. We don't have the production levels that Kirby
has. That's right. We don't have. That's right.
Some of the other cigar Instagrammers or influencers, whatever they call themselves.
All right,
But they're very good. They're splendid.
I just sent Urs the link, so we may see him momentarily, kids. And he can come on and talk about his Kirby interview. So there you go. So, all right, Gary.
Well, Urs is coming on the show as the show is ending.
No, we're gonna run the show longer because Urs is coming on. You know.
So I'm going to take a leave.
No, you're not. You have to wait for Urs to come on and say hello. You can't take a leave unless you got Urs is coming. It said it would be good to watch Urs on the show. That's what Casey Kasem said. You can. What do you have? A place to go? You got people to see? You can hang out an extra half hour.
Yes.
Or you got a hot date. You got to go grocery shopping. That's your hot date.
Messages coming up. That's what I'm saying. This screen is multifunctional, but I can't interact with it. If I start interacting with it, I go off the thing.
Let's see if we can we'll say hello to Urs for a little bit, and then we'll say goodbye. It's not nice. Here he comes. If his connection works.
It's ironic. Urs is a techie.
I know. I was going to say Urs is a techie with the best internet. So. All right.
It used to be called, in Apple terms, that used to be called the circle of hell. Do you remember there was a circle that just would roll on your Apple screen? It was called the circle of hell.
Yes, that is very true. And to answer Casey Kasem's question, yes, Casey Kasem, I'm still on the yacht, and devices not connected. Urs, we're having a problem connecting you. We'll try one more time.
The satellite is not in the right place.
I guess. I don't know. We're going to try one more time. If not, then we may have to have Urs on next week. Here he comes. Oh, no, he's having a problem. And it's a good thing he's a tech guy. So I'm very excited about it. Yes, to answer Casey Kasem's question, still on the yacht. Happens to be a little chilly here this morning in Monaco. But, we suffer through it. And that's what we do. So what can I tell you? So that's that.
Whoever's sending me messages, I think this is Usman sending me messages now.
I don't have anything.
What's the point, Usman? I can't answer the messages.
All right, hold on. Let me look and see what Usman has to say. If he's sending a message, he says, Usman says, get me in. I'm waiting. Usman, there's Usman. Let's try it. Usman's connection. Usman, we know you're waiting, buddy, but your connection sucks. So just letting you know. I keep trying to get Usman in, and he's not doing it here. Hold on a minute. Let me see if we can get
circle of hell thing.
Yeah. All right. Oh, look, Urs is now. There's Urs. We allowed him to the stage. At least he made it. Hey, big guy, how you doing? There you go. He beat Usman. So. All right.
Urs, are you receiving us? Können Sie mich hören?
Oh my God.
Könnt ihr mich nicht hören?
For all you people that speak Yiddish out there, he's asking if he's got a corned beef.
Well, it's not quite Yiddish. It's German, isn't it?
No kidding.
It's die Deutsche Lange.
Aber ihr hört mich.
Ja.
Ja,
ein bisschen, nur ein bisschen.
Oder soll ich Schweizerdeutsch reden?
Perfekt, klasse, einfach klasse.
Noch besser.
Welcome, willkommen.
Hello together.
Hey, how are you?
Sorry, Reza, for the Wednesday.
It's okay.
I was so tired.
I totally understood it. I knew that I was a little bit preoccupied. You messaged me, and I was a little bit preoccupied for a couple of hours, and I said, "Urs, get over here at 9:30." There you go. There's the prodigal son who returns.
Nice view.
All right, here, let's do a close-up of the view.
AI.
Oh, look who's in Dubai. Look who's in Dubai enjoying the good life. Very nice.
No, Usman is in like a Godzilla movie. You can see Godzilla.
I know, right?
Between the...
There we
Hello,
go.
boys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am very well. Hey, Urs, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you, Usman? Long time no hear, no see.
See, now you hear and see both of that happening now. How are you, everyone?
Very good. We were just talking about you, how much we missed you.
Steven, I finally see you out. I hope you're smoking something.
I have this that I'm going to be smoking, but it's a little greasy.
down to the twig.
Yeah, down to a twig, yes. So, but yes, we'll be smoking, and we're out on the yacht. You should come on the show more often that you're a part of, and you'll know all these things.
Oh, quick question, Urs. How did you find the Absolutos?
Perfecto.
This was my second launch. I was at the Global Lounge in Basel. It was in February this year. I was invited by Victor And yeah, I smoked 3 Absolutus meanwhile, and it's a cigar with a huge aging potential.
Yeah.
It has a very good aroma profile, a very good draw for all 3 I had, and it's medium to strong.
Oh, nice.
Especially at the end, it has power. Wow.
It has.
Okay.
Yeah.
It needs aging for at least a day or 2.
Right. So, guys, since you miss me already a lot, and I miss you too.
Gentlemen,
Wait. Stephen, I knew you were gonna give a rebuttal to that. That's why I said, and because I miss you too, so I thought I would, despite of the fact that I have like back-to-back running schedule, I would come. Because I wanted to tell you about something very special and interesting happening in Dubai tonight.
Okay.
So that is there is a new club that has been launched which is for the likes of all the people who appreciate good things in life and cigars and all of that. So we have their monthly gathering. The cigar group is known as Habibi Cigar Club. I'm sure you might have seen a few of the pictures and videos. And so today there is going to be an event here later today by the Habibi Cigar Club, and you've already seen the view and the venue, because I've reached early here just because I can connect with you and also do that. And you know what? There is one which is going to be a discontinued cigar which would be given, but my second cigar for the night is going to be a very, very special one.
Oh, very nice.
Edmundo Reserva. If you see, there is this red band of the Habibi Cigar Club on it, and again mine one. So I'm looking forward to that. This club has been formed. The fun part is by not a cigar smoker gent, but a woman. So it's by an aficionada who comes
a real
from
one, a real aficionada.
Yes,
wow,
sir.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir.
You don't see those often.
Serena Gao. Serena is a Chinese by origin, lives in Dubai, and Serena has formed this club with few of the Emirati people and a lot of others. So it is a very, very diverse group. They've done 2 of their events in the past, one at the Address 73 and the other one at the Cullinan. So today it is at Lana by Dorchester with the view you've already seen. So I'm very, very excited.
By the way, I could see Urs flexing just now. Urs was looking through his bag to pull out the same cigar.
No, In Urs's case, he doesn't need to flex. Urs sitting on his location is a flex itself.
There you go.
This is a downhill cigar.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. This
how he's flexing.
And it's selection numero 302.
Ooh, very nice.
I got this on Tuesday from AJ, from the master himself.
Nice.
Wow.
It was a nice present.
AJ, we weren't expecting that shout out from AJ.
There you go.
And there's now that we're doing shout outs, there's one shout out that you should have, given the fact that the red is the theme and you can see.
But I'm right here. I'm sitting here. You don't have to shout out for us. We're here. Oh God, here we go. What's this?
The Culebra Cigar Essentials. Culebra Cigar Essentials in red, and this is one of their royal sets. So there was.
Yeah, but I've got the original Pakistan edition.
Oh yes, you have the Pakistan edition. Yes.
Hold on. Let me hold up your Pakistan edition, please. Thank you. There you go. There you have it.
Raza,
they need to make one for Urs, the Tech edition.
Here's what Urs has. Urs, I'm going to hold that up again for everybody so they can see it.
Urs has the bunker edition.
Oris has
Buy
the
Zycar.
I'm gonna
Oh, he's got
travel
the
around the
Zycar
world
big
edition.
This is my, yeah,
That's Oris's travel box,
Amazing.
everybody.
this is
That's awesome.
my most important suitcase.
Oh, nice,
Oris,
nice.
where are the handcuffs that go with it?
Yeah, yeah. For London especially, not in
Yeah.
Zurich.
That's right. No,
Right. So,
it has more impact
gentlemen,
when you walk into a
Yes.
lounge.
gentlemen,
somebody
with
walked
that,
in.
I am gonna beg leave,
We miss you
and
already.
we will do all the PCA catch up from earlier this week, next week, in a
Okay.
very proper format with where I will share all that I saw and learned, and
Okay.
we'll go with that.
My friend, it's always good to see you. Have safe travels. We'll look forward to seeing you next Saturday.
Bye bye.
All right. Cheers.
Have a nice time, Usman. Take care.
My
Thank you,
regards to
thank you,
anyone
Usman.
who knows me. My regards to anyone who knows me out there.
Yeah.
Of course, I will do that. Cheers. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, live from Dubai, Bushman.
Via satellite link.
By satellite link, yes. So now back to Zurich with our real cigar aficionado, Uris, who has a collection that people cry over.
What do you mean real cigar? Compared to whom? Compared to whom?
Anybody on the planet. Him and JM are like the two cigar aficionados. Their collections would dwarf most, I think, other than AJ's maybe. So.
But now I have left a box in the UK, in London.
Oh, really?
At the Cigars for the next auction at December 17th.
Ah, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I lower my stock because
there's too much of it coming out of your ears.
I like it when you say you lower your stock. You have 12 million boxes, and he's like, I left one box in London. I don't want to be rude or anything, but
no, that's
one
only
box.
one box he mentioned.
This is an important beginning.
Okay.
Because, each box has a history in my mind.
Yeah.
And really, if I give a box away, it comes always from the bottom of my heart, or it hurts anyway. When I sell it, it hurts much more when I sell a box than when I smoke a box with friends together.
There you go.
Really.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Why did Carson post a real aficionado?
I don't have so many friends to, let's say, who can help me to equalize the stock.
Right.
And so I smoke together, and when I don't sleep.
Well, you have one more friend. You met AJ.
Accidentally. Yeah. Of course.
AJ's probably listening right now. AJ.
Yes, he probably is. And actually, if you keep showing your collection, you're going to have a lot more friends than you thought. So they'll all be going, we'd love to come over. So, yes.
When I arrive at the airport, then I have groupies, cigar groupies.
You're
Usman running behind you really fast.
That's right. You're like the first rock star of the cigar world because of your collection. You and JM and AJ.
Jean-Marie, what a character. Jean-Marie's a complete character.
Well, Ernest is a character too. So you were in London and you were over nicotined apparently, and that's why you couldn't hook up with wife. He's heartbroken, but he'll get over it. So,
there was a lot of nicotine.
There's a lot. And how many cigars did you smoke?
Too much.
Yeah. Well, there's never too much. How many cigars did you smoke at your peak while you were in London? I know Rizza said he smoked like 4 or 5 the other night.
I think each day 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were spread out. Mine were within I had 5 cigars, I think, in the space of 8 hours, and that was like back to back to back to back to back. It was a nice experience, but sometimes one can overdo it, and also. But the 3 Ramonayones I had, what was good is having those 3 together is you get a little bit of comparison of the style, the change, the blend. And that's a good way to know a cigar because that place, the Absolutos, I had the Absolutos right in the middle. I had the Ras at the end. I had the, was it the Petit Corona? What did I have? Carson clarified me on what I had. Anyway, and that just gives, a little bit of context. And that's the way sometimes, so often when I go to places like Tom Tom, and Urs knows this, if I smoke 2 cigars or 3 cigars, I try to stay within the same brand.
Right.
And see how it goes. Just find that more educational.
Yeah. For comparison.
So, any cigars that stood out to you while you smoked this week in the UK, or did you smoke all your own, or did you smoke basically your own collection?
No, my collection, which I always bring some nice cigars from the collection, is for friends.
Gotcha.
And what I've smoked a lot, here I have some left. This I have smoked a lot with friends or gave it as a giveaway. This is a Romeo Julieta, Anejados.
Yes.
The box date is 2008. I bought a lot of these boxes because the birth of my son was in 2008, and the cigar has the box date 2008. And we have a tradition in our family. A newborn gets a collection of wines.
Oh, really?
Normally Bordeaux or Super Tuscans. Petrus
How many kids do you have?
all this stuff. One son. So it's affordable for me.
So when you say we have a tradition, this is the first time that tradition has been invoked.
Yeah. Oh, when I was born, I have.
So you said we have a tradition in the family when this happens, and I thought, my God, this happened 6 or 7 times.
He's got like 35 children. That's why he's
telling
us about it, right? That's great. Yeah. So now is your son? He's too young to smoke cigars now, right?
Yeah, he's 17.
That's not too young to smoke a cigar.
And no, officially, he cannot smoke cigar.
What? You wait for the government to tell you what's right and wrong.
No. This all is taped. So,
I understand. My first cigar was the age of 12 or 13. Just stole it in 1985.
Yeah, okay.
For my father, but
for me, it was cigarettes.
You can prosecute me for that. Oh, by the way, that was the lifestyle change I was alluding to right at the beginning of the show. That Ursa just reminded me. I'm switching to cigarettes as of yesterday evening.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Really?
I really have this fascination for cigarettes again. I don't know why. It's suddenly been triggered. There's sort of like.
And do you have also a fascination for vapes?
Yeah, for death.
Zero
Shisha.
Zero fascination for vapes. Only a mild fascination for shisha, because I like the smell of shisha, but I find that shisha is too intense. It's great for blowing smoke and all that kind of thing, right? But I don't get out of a shisha what I get out of a cigar. But a casual cigarette, and I'm not promoting cigarette smoking, I'm just saying I'm going out there. Cigarette smoking is kind of like, it's a very easy kind of smoke.
More the cowboy style.
And a friend of mine visited yesterday evening. He brought watermelon and mint flavored cigarettes from Thailand. And I thought, this is outstanding. And it reminded me of Dunhill Menthols that I first started smoking in Miami. That was in 2008. That's when they just released them. So cigarettes, especially flavored cigarettes, there's a little bit of fascination there. Anyway,
never had a cigarette in my entire life, so I can't. I can't even comment.
I've stopped to smoking cigarettes in the age of 12.
You started or stopped?
You stopped at the age of 12.
I stopped.
You stopped at 12. Okay.
I stopped.
Started significantly below that.
I was invited by my grandfather.
Right.
And he was so a generous person. I could taste all what he had: cigarettes, cigars, pipe, and it's a discretion, and I couldn't hold back, and so I taste this, and I don't realized that I was meanwhile sick of the nicotine. So I had to go outside of his house, and there I had to then I came back, all looked at me and said, "Is all okay, Urs?" And that, but the underside, my shoes and all that. Yeah, there were signs at it, what happened, and
there were signs
so
that you were
all
not
understood.
okay.
Yeah, and since
That's
then,
awesome.
I never touched something. And for many of my friends, they were in a group with other friends with 16, and they began to smoke cigarettes. And I always, ooh. And then a little bit later, they began to smoke cigarettes with weed. And I, ooh. So this phase I missed. And with 18, my dad came back and said, here, you have to try this cigar with me. La Gloria Cubana Medidor number 2. And the best is next year. In August, my son gets 18. And then I have some sticks of this box. And
wow, that's very cool.
I try to smoke with him one together. So he had the same cigar as I had at this time.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That is very cool.
There's a connection. There's a historical connection.
Yeah.
Now Casey Kasem says, I remember, and I also remember this, when they would advertise cigarettes on TV as well as booze. Now they don't advertise anything on television if nobody watches it. So I'm excited for this. Now, Usman, are you going to bring are you going to bring your son on at 18? So we're all going to enjoy a smoke at his 18th birthday?
Sorry?
I said you're going to bring your son on the show so all of us can enjoy a smoke with you and your son on his 18th birthday. So we're going to hold you to that.
I educate him meanwhile in some topics of cigars.
Right.
If you have a little bit of, let's say, to correct at the cigar, when you can smoke it, when you not can smoke it, how to check the cigars, and how to operate with the cosmetic brush and all this stuff.
I think you should do a whole show with us on
that. Yeah, and also how to sell the cigars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how to sell the cigars, because he has to be, let's say, a feeling about the value in the market. Because when I would pass, I don't hope I will not pass very fast,
right.
But what should he do?
Right.
And it's not a good idea to go to some sellers and say, here, I have cigars. And they say, okay. Oh, look, 250 Swiss francs 20 years ago. Yeah, can you give this price? Also, when these cigars are very old, maybe not very good, there are different guys outside there. And I try to show him how to prove is something serious or it's unserious. And it's a school of life also. Cigars have a value meanwhile. It's not only enjoyment, it should be primary enjoyment. But at the end, if you have such a stock, yes, you should prepare the people around you.
I agree.
Who will inherit this collection.
Yeah. Well, especially your collection. Your collection is vast and, has some cigars that people haven't even seen in forever. So that's a little different. So than the average guy who's like, look, I got a box of whatever from 10 years ago.
Yeah, okay. That's another.
Yeah. That's you are truly, that's what you said, you are truly aficionado, my friend. You are, when it comes to cigars, you and JM are the guys. So if you ever want to come on, and we'll do a whole thing on just how you, because JM came on and did his thing about how you light a cigar, how you smoke it, how you do it. But I think you would take it to the next level. Because
I hope I meet him also in London.
Okay.
Next year. Unfortunately, this year, for me, London has finished. But I think I will come in March.
All right.
I will try to inform the people earlier.
It was a shame. It was a shame I didn't see Urs in Dortmund, actually. I thought I would have seen Urs there, but it is what it is.
It's Dortmund for me. It's for the, let's say, the cigar industry, the resellers, and so mainly, I think.
No. That's
No?
and I was mistaken. yes, there's a huge amount of retailers there, but actually, once again, with any gathering or any event, it's always the après-ski. It's always the side events, and it's always the after parties.
For networking.
It's always the evening gatherings.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, even the event was great because everyone is smoking, everyone is walking around. You can go and sit at a booth. You can have a few drinks. It's basically like being in a cigar cattle market where everyone is there, right? Okay. But there was a certain level of enjoyment to that. But really, it's the evening events. I went to the Pro Cigar event on the first day evening. Yeah. Massive. There was like 1,000 people at the Pro Cigar event. It was like a massive, massive tent, dinner, drinks, cigars. And the second evening, I went to the Oliva party. I could have stayed one more day, but I didn't. I actually drove back. Went to the Oliva party. But there were a lot of personalities there. There was a whole range of cigar smokers, cigar styles there, and I think you would really enjoy that, Urs. I thought I would see you there. It just didn't happen. But great.
Do you go next year?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Actually, that's one. There are some places, events you go to, and you say, "I've done it, finished." But this one, I'm confident it's a great one. It's a great one.
Yeah. Okay. Why not? Yeah, I will come.
I'll try it once.
Yeah. Try it.
Just try it, and just really buy an extra charger for your phone. Maybe you can actually,
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's something I learned about that place. But anyway,
everybody should have one of those.
All right. So, should we wrap up?
We should wrap up. Urs, it's always good to see you, my friend.
It's also nice to be in your show. Thank you very much.
Yeah, always love having you. We always love having you when you're on the show. But let us know when you want to come on and actually talk about the care of cigars, what to look for and whatnot, because I think we have like your son who you're teaching, I think we have a whole fan base out there that would just, your knowledge, they would just love to have.
Yeah, they might learn something from you and become aficionados and aficionados.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
of course.
Anytime you want to do that.
I will do. I can prepare this because I have a long history of especially how to track your cigars. The management system behind the technical management system, because this is very important, I think. You should always know the condition where the cigars are stored. Right. And I tried a lot of technology. I'm sure I spent more than 40K into equipment only for monitoring the cigars. Wow. And I can tell a little bit about this. And
I think for a majority of our fans, it'll be a fascinating show because I think a lot of them want to know. They just don't know who to ask because everything they see is an advertisement. But you coming on and talking about it, I think will be for them a great knowledge base. So whenever you want to do that, please let us know and have you on. And it'll be you and Usman. Vision and I will just sit there and look pretty. But yeah, you two, between the both of you, you guys can go through it. But I think anything that you have to tell everybody would be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
So
fine.
It's once again, my friend, a pleasure to see you. Look forward to seeing your son when he turns 18. To all the fans, thank you for watching. We'll be back next Saturday, whether you like it or not. The podcast will come out tomorrow. I want to thank everybody listening on the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see everybody next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.